We are back in Fairsted to continue working on our downtown for this city. I'm really happy with how the road layout came together, and today we're gonna do a lot more. I want to start by adding another metro station. I think we are going to want to service this side of the downtown, as this will all be either high density or medium density. So I'm thinking a little metro station down in this area would be a good idea. Let me go with this little guy. Okay, I think that's gonna work. Let's get this connected up. Okay, next thing we need to do is get our tram depot put in. I think this is going to be the perfect spot for it. And then we need to get our tram line set up. Okay, downtown tram, and for sure we will change the color on this slightly. And let's see, this is going to be overall a very busy line as we grow, so let's go ahead and get some good capacity on for now. Okay, now we need to bring through our metro lines. Okay, we've got those two metro lines sorted out. The last thing we need to do is sort out a train line here. This will be a very short back and forth trip for the moment in time. Once we get across the highway here and move down towards doing our cruise ship terminal and our port, we'll bring the train down that way. So eventually this line will have one or two more stops on it. So that'll be great. And then once we put our airport in, we'll eventually pull that downtown train line all the way to the airport as well. Okay, time to figure out where we want our bike network. This is always very fun for me, just kind of figuring out how I want the bikes to flow into and out of this area. So I think we're gonna start right here and follow this. This will bring us up into downtown. And then I think we'll go along the edge here. Yeah, I am liking this. And then we're gonna want to get near the metro, our little transit center. I think we'll go this way, that way we're near the tram. And then we want to get down to our other metro, just really connecting this up, and then we can go on the outside down here, and then to do that in a bit we'll come underneath, and perfect, we can go this way and connect back up. That's perfect. And then we'll come on this side as well. Yeah, I think this is gonna work really well for our bike network. All right, let's fix this. Okay, and this will be a high traffic, busy downtown area. So we've started this small 4-lane road into the area. So I am going to continue this. Now our tram road is a 4-lane road, but that means cars will be sharing with the tram. So I think having another 4-lane road through the downtown is going to be really helpful in managing traffic. And so I'm just trying to select what I think is the most logical path for our basically small collector that's going to run through downtown. I think I'm going to change this here. I think it makes sense to have that come straight down here. We'll just use our regular road here. Okay, I think I want to do a network of one-way roads through the downtown. This will really help with dispersing traffic if we kind of take this gridded area up here and do every other block going the other direction. I like this one-way road with the wide sidewalks because it does help promote walkability. So I'm gonna get these put in, and I'm just alternating every other street for direction. Yeah, I think this is gonna work really well. Okay, and then I'm just grabbing this road with the wide sidewalks that is just a two-way, and we're gonna put this in this main downtown area where we don't already have our one-way streets or our bike lanes. And I'm leaving this kind of middle area here because I'm going to do something with pedestrians in that area, so we're not going to mess with that at the moment. Let's bring this down. And then a nice tree-lined street along the water sounds good. And I think we'll continue this tree-lined street down into this area. This will be a medium density area down on the hill. So I think the roads with trees make sense. Okay, and then let's switch back to that wide sidewalk here. I actually wonder if we should bring back our one-way down in this area as well. You know, that is probably a good idea. And then we'll do our tree lined along the water. Okay, so let's do one-ways on both of these. Yeah, I like that a lot. This is going to work. Okay, we need to fix a couple roads here. Okay, now we just got to get a logical bike road in this area to match up with our other existing bike road, both up on the hill and down on this lower portion. So I'm gonna have to do a little reworking of my original idea of what these roads are gonna be. Okay, now I'm gonna think about pedestrian connectivity. So I am going to use one of our pedestrian roads and bring a nicely curved road down from the top here, and we'll connect up to our bike lane. So let me get this put in. Okay, I think that's gonna work well. Do a lot of detailing on that and it will end up looking really nice. Okay, now we're gonna go to the other side where our metro and train station and bring a pedestrian road to connect to here. And I think this is the logical spot. So let's get this put in. Okay. I don't think that looks too steep. We can always mess with that later if needed. All right, so then this area here, I really wanted to make a pedestrian area. So I think that's gonna be great. And I think we'll just make this a pedestrian road here. Yeah, I think that's gonna work really well. Looks like I missed that little bit there. Okay. All right, now I do think we could also use a pedestrian road down to this metro. So let's get that put in. Okay, and then this is going to be a large park area. So I think what we'll do here instead of a pedestrian road is we'll do a nice little windy pedestrian path. This will be really fun to detail later on. We'll remove these trees and put in our own, but we'll leave that for now. All right, and then let's just go ahead and make our pedestrian connection here. Okay, we've got our metro in, we've got our train lines in, we've got our tram running, we've figured out our bike network, we've made some really key important pedestrian connections and some connectivity to the other side of our town here, or a city so far. So I want to focus on this area today. As much as I would like to dive into the downtown area and start adding skyscrapers and figure out the skyline and all that fun stuff, I actually think by starting with the mid-rise density that's going to surround this whole kind of downtown on a hill, that then the downtown will develop a bit more organically, and then we'll also be able to see what does the downtown actually need, because I'm hoping we have enough supporting services and amenities around the surrounding downtown that we can really focus on, you know, really packing in the high density skyscrapers, unique buildings. And so I think it'll be good to focus on the outside first and then work our way up the hill, as much as like it's kind of I would rather just like get in there and start making the skyline. But I think this will be a more organic way to do it and just have this downtown area develop up in height is kind of my plan. Okay, so we've got our high school, our elementary school, medical clinic, we have death care, police, garbage, fire. So we've got the basics covered. In this area, I'm going to do a mix of residential, mid-rise residential, we're going to do office, commercial, and we're also going to do industry as well. Truly a mixed zone area. We're able to do that thanks to mods because I have ground pollution and noise pollution turned off. It really helps with being able to do true mixed zoning that you would see in a very dense area like this. So I'm going to use the new industrial buildings that we just got with the industrial evolution, which I'm very excited about. I think keeping the brick style buildings in this area, I think it's going to look really cool. Then we're going to use some of the Brooklyn and Queens, and then we're going to do a mixture of the local and organic produce. I definitely want a grocery store too, and a teeny miniature farmer's market. Of course, we have to have that. And then I'm also going to do the shopping malls as well. And then for offices, we're actually going to use the our European zoning. And I think those buildings all together is going to make a really unique neighborhood for this part of our downtown. So I'm going to get all these zones put in carefully. We'll get in zoning and then we'll see how this looks. Okay, I really like how this area is starting to develop. This is our elementary school, so I do want to create a bit of an additional area behind the elementary school that will be part of the elementary school. I figured out on my last live stream, those little tiny parks that we got, you know, there's that little tiny playground. It will actually function very far backed off of the road, which is really great for elementary schools. I'm going to be doing this every time now. So let's put it on the little playground one, that one. Okay. And then look how far you can be from the road, and it works. This is so awesome. So let's grab the soccer field and put this one in here on the other side. Yep, look at that. So cool. I think this is great. Okay, so let's get a little path so the kids can walk back to the kind of play area. All right, and we'll just get a little tree or two around here. I think this is so cute. Love that. Okay, and then we are going to fill in around this. Again, we're going for pretty maximum density. We'll have some open space, but we are going to be right across from this park that we're going to do today. So I'm okay with really kind of packing the buildings in around this area. Again, we're trying to layer up in height to the downtown, so we don't want too much of the lower density in this area. Let's bring a little path here. That will be cute. And we'll do a little basketball court here. I think that will be nice. Yeah, I like how this is starting to develop a lot. Add in the little trees here. Oh, this is nice. Oh, I like this a lot. Okay. We're really off to a good start in this area. All right, let me get this block done up a bit where our police station is. Okay, right behind our coffee shop, we should for sure put some little outdoor tables and some umbrellas and just make a little nice community coffee shop here. And we are right next to our tram stop, so this is perfect as well. Super cute. How awesome are these new umbrellas that we got? I still like the ones that we got with the mid-century modern. They're really nice, but I really like these large, big umbrellas that we got with the shopping malls. I think they are great. Okay, things are starting to come together. Let's just fix this here. And yes, I know I need to get Play It instead of the eye candy, and I will be making that switch. Maybe I should do that while I'm doing this today, but I just haven't switched that over because it still worked when I left the save, but I know that's a superior mod, so I'll definitely be getting that. Okay, I'm just going around and using surface painter and painting in, adding trees where it makes sense. Yeah, I really like how this neighborhood is just coming together. I'm excited to do this park across the street. Okay, let's make this our little farmer's market area. So let's redo this. Let's bring in some little farmer's market buildings and just do a touch of detailing here. And this will be our little farmer's market. I would love to get a sports field. Let's see if something will fit here. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, this is gonna be perfect. Oh, this is gonna be a lot of fun to detail. Let's get in a little basketball court right here. Perfect, love it. Okay, now I want to get our offices in, and over here I think is the perfect spot next to our shopping. We'll get some offices and possibly some more mid-rise residential as well. So let me get, actually I'm gonna put some fencing. This is a bit of a hill here. Safety first, always. That's great. Okay, let's get in some offices through here. What is this outdoor cuteness? I've seen these as like little ones. I've never seen the long ones like this. Oh, that is cool. That gives me some good ideas for another thing I'm working on. Okay, I love the mixture here of the Art Deco. We've got the European. I just love the mixture in this neighborhood. I think it works really well. Yeah, very cool. Okay, before we get into designing our park, which I'm very excited about, let's take a little tram ride and see how this section of our layering up in height to our downtown. Let's see how this neighborhood feels. Let's grab a tram ride here. Yeah, I really like how this looks from the university as well. Like the mixture of buildings. Okay, we've got a tram here. Let's hop on here and just see. I'm gonna want to come in and do more detailing, melding our university with this neighborhood, but we'll do that later on. Yeah, I like the mixture of these buildings. Oh, this feels really cool. 4-lane tram road was a must through this area. Yeah, I mean, look at the mixture. I actually really like how that Green Cities building fits in. I love these Brooklyn and Queen buildings. I think they are just really a unique option for a mid-rise. Very cool. Okay, before we move on to designing our park, what I want to do is get this area around our high school detailed. I think we can help this terrain make a little bit more sense here and just bring in a lot of landscaping and then create a nice view area right across from the high school, like a tiny miniature park with a nice view of the water. I think would make a lot of sense. So let's get this all detailed up and add a little viewpoint here across from our high school. Okay, let's take a look at this. Wow, look at this view. Beautiful. I really like that. Okay, let's just add a touch of detail this area. I don't think we need a lot because the view is really the thing here, but let's maybe add a little prop gazebo out at the end here. Oh, that's cute. Okay, we need to add some restrooms and some trees, and then we can call this area good. Okay, I think this turned out so cute. What a lovely little viewpoint park. Love this a lot. Bring this fence along here for now. Okay, all right, now we're gonna get on to doing our park. I'm so excited about this. I do want some commercial along the street here as well, and maybe we'll bring in a sidewalk cafe or two, but I am excited to do up this park for our city. I think this is going to be great, and I think this is the perfect spot for it as well. So all right, now that we've got our trees cleaned out, I do think I want to use the actual pedestrian roads. That way we can place down, I want to place down one of those lakes that we got recently. It really just makes designing a park so much easier with all those cute little park assets, and of course other ones that we have. I think the skate park would actually work really well here next to the high school. So we'll do that. And I want to make a loop. I'm thinking about recreation is, you know, if you lived in this neighborhood, or even if you lived in the downtown, you'll be able to get to the park pretty easily. And this won't be our only park in the downtown, but it will be kind of the main larger park of the downtown. But I want to create kind of this loop so you could go for a jog and walk your dog and all those things. Oh, we'll definitely put in a dog park as well. Okay, so I do want to do some commercial along the front. I think it'll be good to get that in first, and then we can design the park behind it. Okay, I actually like the mixture of commercial and residential here on this side of the street. I think that works really well. Let's find this skate park. I want that close proximity to the high school. Like, this makes sense. Let's put it on this side. We need to pull through our pedestrian area that we already pre-set up, which is really helpful for us. Yeah, I think this is gonna be great. Great. Okay. Let's grab, oh, you know what we need to put in here? We need to put in a Frank's Fish Sticks. I know there's a restaurant that will fit right here. I just have to figure out which one it is. Oh, it's one of these. Okay, nope, this one. Perfect. Oh, this is gonna be really nice. Okay, let's sneak a little path here right down to the skate park. That's gonna be great. All right, and then we want to mirror what we have on the other side with this line of trees. So let's do that. Great. Oh, this is already starting to come together so nicely, and people are already starting to use the cut through the park, which is great. All right, let's figure out what trees. These provide a lot of shade. I don't mind these. Oh, actually, no. These ones. These ones are so great on the pedestrian paths because they are low profile but provide a huge amount of shade. I'm obsessed with these umbrella trees. I think they are fantastic. Okay, now we want to put in the lake. Oh, that looks so cool. I love these. All right, let's hook up some pedestrian connections to our little walking path around our lake. Okay, I will be so happy if we can kind of squeeze this in here. Looks like we can. Oh, I love this little park too. It's so cool. And how nice are these new birch trees that we got, especially when you're on the first person view and you can see the trunks of the trees. It's so well detailed. Love these new birch trees. Okay, our park is really starting to come together. All right, I do think I want to bring in one of those sidewalk cafes. Yes, this is gonna be great. And we definitely want a dog park for sure. All right, let's get rid of these. Let's put our dog park into the park. I think that's going to work well. All right, let's connect up these pedestrian paths. Okay, I think our park is actually looking really great. I don't think we need a ton more to the park. I want to leave a lot of open green space. This is going to be probably the biggest spot of open green space in this downtown area. So I want to leave lots of room for, you know, throwing the frisbee, having picnics, just having that open area in the park. And there's quite a bit of park amenities here. I mean, we've got the skate park, we've got the lovely birch park with the paths, we've got the lake, we've got the dog park. So this is really a nice area. So I think we can just add in a few more trees here and there, and I almost think we can call this park complete. I think it's really nice. I would love to walk around this park. Yeah, this is looking really cute. Okay, we're gonna do some detailing along the backside where the cliff is, and then I think our park will be complete. Okay, I love how this turned out. Let's grab a first-person walk through the park. How cute. This is really nice. Really like how this came out. Yeah. This is fantastic. I really like how this whole neighborhood came together. Oh, look at the detail on those birch trees. They're so good. So nice. Okay, all right, we need to do some detailing behind our little tiny office buildings right here, so let me do that quick. Okay, if you've been following along with my first city of Fairsted from back in the day, you will know this city has a very extensive ferry network system. It's huge. So this seems like the logical spot to bring in our ferry to our downtown. Now we may end up adding another ferry on the other side, but the cliff is really high over there. So I think this makes the most logical sense to bring in a ferry right to this area. So let me get this put in and get it all detailed up. I am excited to connect into the network and just, again, increasing our overall transit network into our downtown area. So ferries are going to be an important part of that as well. Okay, let's connect up our ferry line. So you can see I have this funky ferry line going here, and that's because of where our 9 tiles were. So I was kind of restricted. So we can now clean this up. So with this ferry network, I have basically a giant loop throughout the city. So no matter what ferry stop you are finding yourself at, you can go in either direction. It's essentially kind of like a mirroring route. So you've got one ferry going one way and one ferry going the other way. So all we have to do is bring over our 2 lines, and that's it. I am so excited to make this connection. I think this is going to be fantastic. This ferry stop is so popular. The amount of people coming in and out is fantastic. This makes me so happy. I hope you have enjoyed this start to our downtown build. I am so excited to do this. In the 15-minute city, I did a downtown, but it wasn't huge like this. It wasn't an extensive downtown. So I'm excited to really build this very dense, bustling, busy area. Really excited for it. As a reminder, this Sunday, Skyline 6 Summer Vacation, the collab series that I'm a part of, the next episode is coming on Sunday. Every Saturday, I'll be making a community post on my tab to let you guys know who's up next, where to go on Sunday. But you can also come join the City of Friends Discord. That's where you can stay up to date and on top of all the things from all of the collaborators. We're all in the Discord together, so it's really fun. I hope you all have a joyful day, and I'll catch you next time. Oh, and I do have channel memberships now. I'll be adding another video tomorrow, meaning there will be 12 videos if you'd like to sign up and support me there.